Spinal fusion exercises ranked. Right, number 1, sit-ups, 4 out of 10. You'd be surprised that you still can kind of do these after the surgery, but they force your spine into what is called flexion when your spine literally can't after it's fused. And forcing your fused spine into positions it can't, that's not really a good idea. I mean, a sit-up, you're supposed to literally bend your spine, which your spine can't do. Plus, in my opinion, I think it feels kind of weird when you do it with a fused spine, kind of awkward, uncomfortable. Don't worry, there's plenty of other better ab options out there. Number 2, conventional deadlift. Again, 4 out of 10. You probably already know why this one already makes sense. Its rewards are definitely not worth it compared to the caveats. Yes, it builds whole body strength, but at the same time, it sends a lot of direct load, axial load, down the spine and into the adjacent joints, which is not good for fusion longevity. Definitely not the adjacent discs either, especially if you're doing it with heavier weights. Plus, they require careful technique and load management. Number 3, overhead press, 5 out of 10. This is a kind of similar principle to the deadlift. These have a big stability demand, they require a lot of bracing, and they put a lot of force directly down the spine and into the adjacent discs as well. These especially start to be not good for your spine health long term if you start using heavier weights, and it's generally not advised or recommended to do heavy overhead movements with fusion in general. Number 4, barbell squats, 6 out of 10. These are a great exercise, not automatically a no-go, but there's still plenty of caveats along with its rewards. They are brilliant at building stability and strength in the legs and also the back. Plus, they're good at building core strength and bracing. But like deadlifts, they put a lot of direct stress and axial loading straight down the spine. I used to do barbell front squats with fusion, and they did build up my back, especially my upper back, and especially my legs quite well. But then as I progressed, I started to need way more load in order for it to work. But then as I started progressing, I noticed I still needed far more load to get the most out of it, which in the long term isn't ideal for my spine longevity, so I stopped. They can be good up to a point, but adding more and more load and going to absolute failure is when they start to become not the best option. Right now, this is where it starts to get good. Number 5, dumbbell bench press, 8 out of 10. A great choice for your chest, triceps, and shoulders, and plus you're laying down on a bench with barely any spinal movement. The great thing is that load isn't being directly pushed down your spine, creating compression on your spine and discs. Plus, it being dumbbells means each arm can move freely. That's brilliant. The only part that makes it a bit of a pickle is getting heavier dumbbells up. That can be quite awkward. Number 6, the leg press, 9 out of 10. Basically loads of leg stimulation and barely any spinal loading. Basically none. Close to the squat, but more directly targets the legs, and there's less stability demand and compressional forces on the spine. Yippee! You still got to be on the ball with it though. Don't let your lower back flatten out and your pelvis slump. Number 7, the Bulgarian split squat, 9 out of 10 again. Absolutely incredible. They're great because they're unilateral. That means you can train each leg individually. Great for muscular imbalances. You can train them hard along with your stability without a heavy ass barbell on your back the whole time. Similar reward to the squat with half the load and the caveats to a squat. Done half the job and got a full smile. Number 8, lat pull downs, 9 out of 10 again. Lovely, absolutely great for your upper back development. They put practically no load on the spine and they're way easier to start than pull-ups as a beginner. Plus you get way more control over the weight and your progression. Plus you can use a grip which best suits you. Personally, I love the narrow neutral metal grip. Just keep it controlled rather than leaning back excessively though. Number 9, the plank, 10 out of 10. Excellent anti-extension core exercise that doesn't require you to constantly bend or twist forcibly the spine like a sit-up. Plus they're brilliant for the shoulders, especially scapular control, which is important for shoulder pain and general strength. Also training the lower back and generally the whole body as a whole. I said whole twice. And finally, number 10, the chest supported row, 10 out of 10. Probably one of the best back builders simply because it trains the whole back and it takes all the stability demand out of your spine and your lower spine by being supported by a bench. No need to worry about straining your lower back just to keep yourself upright. You can focus on the movement. So there you go. Comment your favorite exercises and what works for you specifically. I find that interesting. And press that little plus button under my profile picture if you want more of this.